every week has its winners and losers. Now, we're not talking about the Monday Night Football winners and losers because I think the slate is pretty like trash.
I don't even know who playing. I don't even know who
I
playing.
think it is Seattle. Seattle's playing, and they're playing somebody. Don't know. Nobody in division though. But the Monday night slate was nothing that I felt like I was going to watch. So I was like, all right, we're pretty much good to go with winners and losers. I'm sorry if you feel like we left somebody out. All right, man. We got to talk about winners. I think the biggest winner this week, CJ Stroud, came out there. Now, the stat line's a little weird because he's like 16 of 30 for 306 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like he went 50%, but completion percentage is probably the most overrated quarterback stat of all time. What is important is that he was able to put 302 touchdowns on this defense that people were telling me called was Super Bowl quality. Like when I said that was bullshit earlier in the year, people were sure mad at me. It's funny how bad the Steelers defense is when they don't get a bunch of fluky turnovers. It's crazy. It's crazy, you know, when they don't play two of the most turnover teams in the NFL, turnover prone teams in the NFL. All of a sudden that defense looks leaky. Kind of like it does on every other drive where they don't get a turnover. But, you know, that's just me. I'm an idiot in a chair. What did you see from that Houston game?
First of all, people can go back and watch the video where we were talking about who would we take first overall if we were the Panthers. You said Anthony Richardson.
Which ain't that wrong.
I said I would take CJ. Mm-hmm. I think CJ is the safest bet to be really, really good. Anthony Richardson was the upside guy.
And we agreed on that. We were like, look, Anthony Richardson, if he hits, he hits. So you kind of want to take that shot. But if you just wanted a good quarterback, CJ Stroud was your man.
CJ Stroud was the guy you take number. He's safe. He's going to be good. Bryce, I had issues with the size. I had like, man, is he going to be able to make? Is he going to make it through a season? You know what I'm saying? Like I was that scared me off. I was like, CJ is the guy. I was like, look what he did against Georgia. Look at what he did against that Georgia defense. He's probably the only one who played that well against that team. When they were really like, not this current version of the Georgia team. I'm talking about national championship, clearly the best team in college football, got hella NFL players all over the team, that Georgia team. And he diced them up, almost beat them, got as close as anybody's got.
The Georgia team that had Jalen Carter, who might be one of the best defensive tackles in football already.
he's probably the second best defensive tackle in all of football already. And that's just with respect to Aaron Donald.
You talk about a volatile position, man. The best defensive tackle changes so often. Like when Aaron Donald ain't there. Like it is somebody. It was Jeffrey Simmons 2 years ago. Nah, get out the way. Here comes DJ Reader. Nah, get out the way. Here comes Jalen Carter. It's a fast world out there in them trenches.
All I'm gonna say about that is that I think it's gonna be Jalen Carter for a minute. Like I think he gonna be clear cut number one for a while.
You know what else, Cole? A lot of people were worried about Jordan Davis. He looks fine. He looks like he might be pretty good.
He looks pretty good. He looks pretty good. I think they know what they're doing over there.
That's a lot of beef that can move really fast there in Philadelphia, man. They have the athleticism of two guys who could be edge rushers that are also 350 pounds. Like, I don't know. And they're like young. Like, they're young.
Bro, they're like 23. 22.
They don't have any real responsibilities. Like that's like they just not think about that. They're this good, and these are dudes who are legitimately learning how to pay their electric bill. They're figuring it out. They are figuring out mortgages and bank accounts for the first time. And oh, by the way, they're dominating at their position. That's nuts. Jalen Carter was in college last year. Like, that's crazy.
Think of all the teams that watched him fall to them. And we're like, nah, character, nah, we got blah, blah, blah.
I've never seen anything like that since the Larry Tunsil fall, where you see a player fall and you go, this is stupid. Why are y'all acting like y'all care? You know what you want to do. Draft Larry Tunsil, man. Like every time one of these things pop up, people get so uptight about like, oh, well, that's bad and that. And look, what Jalen Carter did was very irresponsible. Like it was very irresponsible. Somebody died. Like it was not good. but why are NFL GMs suddenly like, oh, I'm too good to draft Jalen Carter, even though the upside?
What are the Raiders doing? When have you ever cared? When have you ever cared about character? Dog?
Hey, if there was one team that had an out, it's the team that just sent 2 dudes to the state pen. Like, they couldn't draft the third one. Okay, wait, did David Arnett go to jail? And Henry Ruggs is in jail? Oh, not Henry Ruggs.
Yeah, Henry Ruggs is.
No, it's Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs is in jail. Yeah, that's the one team I'm like, all right, they could not risk drafting a third dude who could go to jail.
Dog,
like that's the team.
He's the most talented one you could have took. Like this is the time you take the risk.
That's what I'm saying. They took all their risk on the wrong guys. The Damon Arnett first round pick choice will never make sense to me. Like, there's a lot of things that didn't make sense, but that Damon Arnett pick was in the first round. People were shocked. People who played corner with him in college were like, really? You remember that? Like, that was hey man, I just can't. Was that a Mike Mayock special?
That was a Mike Mayock special.
They chose the wrong year to fire Mike Mayock, because Mike Mayock would have been like, hey man, I'll take AB. I'll take hey. He did not care about these background checks. That man was saving money on the background checks. And then now you want to hire somebody who care about the background check. And guess what? Who they draft this year? They drafted Tyree Wilson.
You see what I'm saying, bro? Like, what are y'all doing?
By the way, analytics community, not your finest draft class. Not your finest draft class. Definitely not your finest draft class. A lot of those Tyree Wilson over
Will
Anderson takes. Ooh, I know there are some people who argue with me about that trade that kind of want to delete those tweets now. But
Hey man. Oh, real quick, because I ain't touched on this. Because look, we're Browns fans. I know we're Browns fans. I know Steelers fans hate us. But I made this point in the space, and I want to make it on here. That is not a good Pittsburgh Steelers team, dog. And I think it's time we acknowledge it. It's not a good Pittsburgh Steelers team. I don't know how they're 2-2. They're only 2-2 because the Browns literally fumbled that game.
And a bigger point, and we have to move on because we are trying to stay on time.
We're trying to stay on time.
Yeah, but the bigger thing is that defense isn't as good as everybody said it was going to be. And that offense is worse than we thought it would be. And it's so much worse than the people in Pittsburgh thought it would be. So we'll see how that shakes out for him. Derrick Henry, just want to give him a shout out. I don't know if I'm being petty here, but he had 22 carries last week, had 20 yards. This week, 22 carries, 122 on the vaunted Cincinnati Bengals defense. So I don't think he's cooked. I don't think he's cooked, Cole.
Browns defense might be pretty good.
I heard reports of Derrick Henry being washed. I don't know. If people are going to point out when the Browns gave up 28 points, yeah, DTR gave him 14. But hey, man.
Hey, man.
Hey, man, we going to get to DTR. I promise you that. Puka Nacua, who people were already like, it's crazy how they build you up. If they build you up fast, they want to tear you down twice as fast. The people spent all this year building up Puka. Oh, yeah, he has one bad game on Monday night, and then people ready to throw him in the trash. Came back 163 and a touchdown. Puka might be for real. I'm just saying. Give Pookie his respect.
Hey, man, get your money, Puka. Keep it up. He keep it up. He gonna get paid.
He got the thing about being an undrafted rookie. He got to keep it up for 2 years. You know what I mean? It's a cold world out there. Because let him have 3 bad games, he'll end up on the practice squad. But right now, we celebrating you, Puka. All right, Khalil Mack. Guess how many sacks Khalil Mack had?
6.
6 of them.
6 of them. Thanks.
Ooh, Kirk Cousins, boy. How did you let that? My God. What is going on?
Hey,
and this ain't Buffalo Khalil Mack. This ain't
Khalil Mack.
Chicago or Oakland Khalil Mack. This has been Khalil Whack for the last year and a half. And he woke up. I don't know what happened. But hey, Khalil Mack showed up today. Shout out to that. Another winner, we'll get to them in another video. The 49ers, I think, they're pretty cemented as one of the best teams, if not the best team in football right now. And the Buffalo Bills put a number on the Miami Dolphins at home. at home though. So but let's get into the losers.
This is what I want to talk about. This is what I want to talk about.
All right, I got the Broncos here. My note is Russ has been decent, but they still suck. And then my note for the Bears is chaos.
Hey, how did the Bears fumble that game, dog? I thought that game was over.
I was ready to put Justin Fields in the winner category. Then he threw that interception. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn. It was about to be a good day, but damn. The Bears are just chaotic. Chase Claypool's not on the team anymore. Like, he got told not to show up to work. We all know what that means. He don't work there no more. He might still work there on the roster, but he don't work there no more. He don't. And part of the reason that happens because they asked him if they're using him correctly. He just said no. Which is. And also, if around from my people who are in Pittsburgh, they say that man has a way of getting on your coach's nerves. Mike Tomlin wanted to trade him so bad and was thrilled to get a second round pick. DTR, yeah, man, it was rough. Had 3 interceptions. Honestly, he threw so many in that game, I forgot he had 3. I thought he had 2. I was like, he threw 3? When did he throw 3? I must have been in triple box.
Let's be real. He tried to throw like 6. He tried to throw 6 of them to the Ravens.
Yeah, my man found out that Pac-12 arm strength is not AFC North arm strength. He was trying to fit that ball into that window, and I'm like, man, if Roquan Smith getting a hand on it, that was never going to get completed. I think DTR been watching Deshaun make these throws and be like, I could do that. Nope. He found out. Those are not throw. He threw like 3 deep balls, and like none of them got even close to their target. I was shocked he got a pass interference on one because I'm like, how did they rule that like a catchable ball? Because he didn't overthrow a single thing. He didn't overthrow a single thing in that game. Yeah, Browns need Deshaun to come back. That settles it though, right? Hey, we ain't ever going to hear about the backup again, right?
We good. We are good. We are okay.
As the only person, Kobe, you the only person who on this show who has tweeted about the backup. You doing that again?
Absolutely not. Never. Never. No disrespect to DTR, but Jesus.
No. Yeah, we learned that one. Yeah, there's a difference. There's a big difference, right? You can't just, all right. Mac Jones, another man who, look, it's one thing for DTR to have a welcome to the NFL game, and DTR's a rookie. Mac Jones, in his 3rd year, he out here still getting welcome to the NFL moments. Like, he had like 4 turnovers and a half of football. So, Mac Jones, young McCorkle, what we was calling him before the show.
The ball toucher.
The ball toucher. He was fumbling balls today. You know what I mean? Need to keep him away. I guess I guess he don't got the touch anymore, Mr. Mac Jones, because he does this a lot. We can't call him
Mac no more. We're not calling him Mac no more.
McCorkle. Who used to do it? Was it Reggie Evans who had that reputation in the NBA of like always trying to grab your junk?
I don't know. Draymond.
Yeah. No. Draymond has the kicking reputation, but like Reggie Evans was like, Draymond's a good player. Draymond for other things. I'm 100% sure Reggie Evans was only known in the league for being the dude who would try to grab your stuff. Like on the free throw line, while you're going up. Like that was his move. Like, somebody Google Reggie Evans and tell me it's right. But if it's not, I've been looking at that man sideways for like 10 years for no reason.
No reason. Just looking at him disgusted. He didn't even do nothing wrong.
He might be innocent on all charges. I don't know. Somebody tell me in the comment section. Y'all remember that slander that was going on about Reggie Evans. But Mac Jones, NFL Reggie Evans. Jameis Winston had a very hilarious stat line. Came in for 1 pass attempt, threw an interception. Like, didn't play again. Like, shut up, man. Jameis, like, I've never seen so many people collectively be so wrong about a prospect and just act like they never were like in on that Jameis train. But if you were around in 2013, 2014, they was calling Jameis Andrew Luck, Jordan, the most polished prospect of all time. He's so refined, and he's just been so aggressively ass in the NFL. It makes no sense. There is nothing that you felt like could not translate from his game at Florida State. Another example, Cole, of pro ready don't mean shit. Okay. Pro ready. Because if Jameis were a great athlete, I bet his career would look better. But you know how Jameis run. Jameis run like he like to work. You know what I mean? He run like me and you. So he ain't got nothing to fall back on.
Oh man. Shout out Jameis being a backup. He gonna be a backup for a long time. Shout out him. Keep getting that money. Ah, yeah.
Yeah, I guess he's good enough.
There's been worse quarterbacks who've lasted as backup quarterbacks longer than Jameis was.
I was about to say, he does have the smarts, and I guess he has good handwriting. Desmond Ridder. Ooh. Look, man, it's one thing to have a bad game. It's another thing to have a bad game on the Toy Story feed, and they out here making animations of your ass whooping. Like, that's just...
Hey, 4-year-olds know you ass, bro. That's terrible.
Yeah, well, it's some kids that's first football memory is you playing like shit. Some kids are going to... Look, here's how bad Desmond Ridder was. There's going to be a portion of kids that grow up being Jaguar fans because of him. And that's just a crime. Like, what are we doing here? Not only are you throwing interceptions in Andy's room, you making Jaguar fans, man. Come on, man. Come on. Nah, you can't do that, Desmond.
Bro, the Atlanta Falcons are wasting more weapons on offense than any
the second time in Desmond Ridder's career where he's had an amazing team around him and he's been the worst part of it. Shout out to his run in Cincinnati.
That's just his football legacy. Yeah, football legacy.
Boy, what could we have done if it wasn't Desmond Ridder? You know what he is? He's Ken Dorsey.
Not Ken Dorsey.
He's Ken Dorsey. That's who he is. Except for Ken Dorsey was much better in college than Desmond Ridder was.
Man. I
tried to tell people, I'm like, man, that Cincinnati team much better than y'all thought. Desmond Ridder was clearly the worst part of it. People, you're hating. He's going to be good and all this. I'm like, you comped on the Marcus Mariota and you didn't know what was happening. Not 2014, not like rookie year Marcus Mariota. They comped him to Marcus Mariota right now. And people was like, yeah, that's a good choice. That's going to work out. I hope you get your money back at Desmond Ridder if you bought a Desmond Ridder jersey. Honestly, you better just hope Caleb Williams picks a number 9 when he gets drafted to the Falcons. Like Caleb Williams and Bijan Robinson, dog. I'm ready for it.
Listen, man. Also, they're not gonna be bad enough for Caleb. They're not gonna be that bad.
I don't know, man. It's the Falcons. They'll blow lead. Like, blow. But also, like, do you really want Caleb Williams going to the Falcons? Because the one thing you say about Caleb Williams, that brother does blow leads. Like, he's blown a few of them. He's blown quite a few leads.
You know who's going to be on the Falcons next year?
Lincoln Riley? Shador?
That's Sanders jersey going crazy in Atlanta.
Oh, man. But yeah, the Falcons, the USC is kind of like at college football Falcons. That's a video for another day. And let's talk about the Bengals.
1-3.
1-3 and a bad 1-3. Like the point differential is bad on this 1-3. Like they're minus 40.
They're the worst offense in the league.
With Joe Burrow and the Migos. And look, I understand Joe Burrow's calf is hurting all, which is, I think, you know how I am. If you get out there, you're going to be evaluated regardless. Mm-hmm. And I don't give a damn about that calf. If the calf was so bad that he's playing like this, he shouldn't be playing. And so many people called me a hater. They called me a hater when I was like, y'all giving Joe Burrow a lot of credit for playing like ass in this Monday Night Football game. But all I heard, right? You heard all this from Ryan. He's back. Remember when he threw that pass behind Jamar Chase and Jamar Chase had to go back with one arm and catch it?
Bro, you know what the crazy thing is?
In a crossing route.
He played better against the Ravens than he did in that Monday night game.
Well, here's the thing. He throws that ball way late. Jamar comes back to catch it with one hand. And you know what the broadcast is like? Dan Orlovsky. And boy, sometimes Dan, when he likes somebody,
he like him.
He gonna lie for him. And I don't know if he knew he was lying, but he was like, they did that on purpose.
Threw the ball behind him on purpose.
So he had to catch it with one hand. Like, no, man, come on. Like, that's what I was like. I remember pointing out, hey man, they like you play bad on national TV. Nobody gonna say nothing. Bengal fans are, you're hating. He gutted it out. What about this week? Is he gutting it out?
Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what people were saying about the Titans when they played the Browns, and the Browns shredded them up. Oh, that secondary isn't that good. They're not.
Joe
that.
Burrow
That's
about to get 400. This a get right game. I heard that one. This a get right game for who?
3 points.
The Titans, dog.
3 points.
It was a get right game for the Tennessee Titans. That's who it was. The Bengal fans talking about it's a get right game, all this stuff. We gonna do this and that. It's gonna be an ass whipping. Joe Burrow finally look like they've been talking about Joe Burrow found his groove back for 3 goddamn weeks. Every time he has one little touchdown drive in a sea of 3 and outs, I gotta hear, well, you know, the rhythm got it going on for the Bengals there. No, they've always been like this, Cole. Like, I think not enough people have watched them in the regular season. But you know what the Bengals have always been on offense? Even with Joe Burrow at full health? An inconsistent offense. They've been 3 and out here, 3 and out there, big touchdown to Jamar Chase, 3 and out. That's been what they've been. The defense has just been so good, you haven't been able to notice it. But this is who the Bengals have been. And when Joe Burrow's playing just a little bit worse, this is what they are. So, you know, either this calf injury goes away, and honestly, I don't even know if it's the calf because ain't nothing popped and he got hit like 4,500 times. Like, I think the calf is fine. Like,
hey, bro.
Look,
that offensive line trying to get him killed every single
that
game,
calf
bro.
is durable. Jonathan Simmons was twisting on it and popping on him. And you know what else bugs me about the Cincinnati Bengals? It had nothing to do with what they do on the field, but like their offensive line is real about protecting Joe Burrow after the snap. You know what I mean? Like, hey, if they feel like you hit Joe Burrow a little too hard when you sacked him, oh boy, they get mad. They ready to protect their quarterback. They don't give a damn about it during the snap, though. Like, they just let everybody through, and then they mad. Why you let him do what I let you just do? Like, they get real mad at you for hitting their quarterback for a team that doesn't protect their quarterback. I'm just saying, I'd be mad. What imagine you got security guards that's supposed to protect you and they let somebody rip your ass, just waylay on you. Now they mad because, oh, why you do that to my boy? You supposed to stop this, okay? Why you out here mad after I got bruises on my face? My jersey white, it's already green, but you trying to fight now?
Hey, bro, I know when they pick Joe up. I know when they pick Joe up off the ground, he'd be like, man, what are we paying y'all?
Joe Burrow is like 2 more games of this away from being on the ground, somebody trying to help him up, and he'd be like, no, I got it. Like, you know that frustration when your help is helpless? And you just like, fuck it, do that, I don't want no help. Like,
Joe can't do that, though. He already pissing his receivers off. He can't piss the offensive line off.
Hey, man, people are like, hey, man, they got chemistry, they're friends. Yeah, that stuff goes only but so far, right? Because they are friends from work. And as long as the work good, the friendship good. But the second Jamar think his bag is getting affected by Joe Burrow, who already got his bag. Also, your quarterback's not a member of the floor. And once you get that contract, you management. And Jamar Chase not management. Jamar Chase in there with T. Higgins. And T. Higgins like, either. Bro, they not trying to pay me either. Joe getting all this money. Why Joe ain't playing well? I'm open. I'm open every goddamn play. Is that the quote? It's not good. It's not good. It can get better though. Like Joe could play better, all that stuff. But yeah, the Bengals, real questions. Real questions. Like this is no longer like, okay, yeah, we know the Bengals start slow. This is like, hey man, they might just be this because like whatever this calf injury is to Joe, it clearly is affecting him to the point to where he is not recognizable. I said this last week. They hated on me when I said it. He looked like old Big Ben.
He does.
That's what he looked like. He looked like old Big Ben. And them offenses was inconsistent as hell. They'll give you a drive or two. But that seems like all he's capable of is giving you a drive or two. Once he does that, he's not really a threat. So they got real questions to answer there because it's only going to get worse, right? Joe Burrow's taking a ton of hits, man. I say this with Deshaun. I say this with Joe. They got to figure out a way to not get hit as much. Like, they really do. Because that's not going to last. Like, you end up like Cam Newton, pretty much cooked by your 29, playing like this. So they got a lot to figure out, the Cincinnati Bengals do. 1-3. And it's crazy because the Browns quarterback play has been up in the air. The Steelers quarterback play has been up in the air. The only team that hasn't had quarterback play issues is the Ravens in the AFC North. But the Bengals have had the worst quarterback play of all of them. And that just should have happened.
They might have, I don't want to say they have the worst defense. I think the Steelers defense is worse than theirs, but the Browns defense is better. The Ravens defense is better. It might get rough.
Hey, man, look, they like you right now, Joe, but I'm going to tell you right now, you like 3 losses and a playoff loss away from, or a missed playoff appearance away from people being like, $275 million for that. Like, hey, look, everybody gets it. If they ain't playing well, they paid a lot. You gonna get that hate. They already tapped. You saw somebody did his taxes to see how much he takes home. Like, they already pocket watching, Joe.
That's crazy pocket watching. First of all, that's nasty pocket watching. They calculate
I was like, that's
taxes?
insane. They had tax, not just basic taxes. They like had jock tax in there, everything. Like, they knew they did his taxes. Like, he could put money in his saving account knowing that now for tax time.
I gotta tell Joe something real honest. Let the Bengals miss the postseason and the Browns make it. Let the Bengals miss the postseason and the Browns make it. Let me tell you something about that stadium, buddy. It's gonna be a lot of fans coming up. A lot of fans coming up the road. That's all I'm saying. A lot of fans coming up the road.
Here's what I'll say with Joe Burrow. Hey, man, you already got your money. Don't be afraid to ask for that trade. Don't be afraid to ask for that trade.
Trade where?
Somebody would do it. Somebody would do it. Bill, Joe Burrow came on the market right now. Act like we ain't gonna be thinking about like, hey man, can we do 3? Like, yeah, what if we give him Deshaun? Like, they'll take Deshaun. Like, hey man.
Don't do that.
Ask for your trade. Hey Joe, I'm telling you, you got your money. You got what Gilbert Arenas and what's his name say? Oh no. It was Jeff Teague said, hey man, the move is to sign a contract, then ask for your trade. Get both. I'm
trying to win.
Win now, pay now. Like, that's what you ain't gotta take no discount. Win, man. Hey man. Yeah, get that contract, play 1 year for some mediocre, and be like, I want to win. Win now, pay now. Joe, don't be afraid. Hey, if it look like they're like, hey, we're not keeping Jamar Chase and we're not keeping that. Oh, no, y'all keep him. I'm going to just go to Tampa Bay or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, y'all can have that money back. You know what I mean? Somebody will gladly foot the bill. So, I'm just saying, man. Hey, and there was a point in time where we thought Deshaun was never going to ask for a trade. Like 2018, 2019. What are you talking about Deshaun going to ask for a trade? Didn't happen. And then a lot more happened. Okay.
Yeah, avoid all the other
avoid the other stuff, Joe. Like, we don't need you missing 2 seasons.
Don't do that.
But Joe, hey, bro, don't be afraid to ask for your trade when it comes time. Hey,
don't follow Deshaun's example. It's easier ways to force your way out of it. Easier ways to get out.
Just don't show up. You know what I mean? Look, Joe, don't be afraid to force that trade, man. Don't be afraid. They got you out here playing injured. They don't care about you. They don't be afraid to force that trade. But those are the winners and losers. I know Mike Brown hot, boy. Mike Brown don't seem like the type of person that spends that kind of money and doesn't want to get an immediate investment over time. Like,
hey, let them go 1-4. Let them go 1-4. Mike Brown gonna have a heart attack.
Hey, Mike Brown gonna turn into Jimmy Haslam real quick. Real quick. He gonna turn it. He like, yo, this is what it's like when you spend money and they stink. Like, no wonder he fires everybody.
Oh man,
that's crazy. Hey, look, the Browns lost, but at least we ain't the Bengals right now, dog. So imagine we look like that with Deshaun. Oh, we be panicking, but DTR looking like that, that's really not a big deal.